A metal X forms oxides with formulae XO and X2O3. Where is X in the periodic table? So first of all, we see that the same element X forms two different oxides, which means it has variable oxidation states. And this is a property of transition metals. We look at the options and we have option A, group 2, group 3, option B, option C, the second period, and option D, the transition elements. So we know that since it has variable oxidation states, it needs to be a transition metal. Hence, metal X is in the transition elements of the periodic table. Question number 26. What is a characteristic of a weak acid? Option A. It does not react with sodium carbonate. This is incorrect because all acids react with carbonates to form a salt plus water plus carbon dioxide. Option B. It forms an aqueous solution with a pH of 8. This is incorrect as well because all acids, even weak, have a pH lower than 7. Option C states it is only partially ionized when added to water. This is correct because the difference between a strong acid and a weak acid is the degree of ionization. Weak acids are only partially ionized, hence option C is the correct answer. Option D states it turns litmus solution blue. This is incorrect as well because all acids turn litmus solution into red. Question number 27. The reaction scheme represents the process for obtaining pure silicon. In which of the stages is the silicon reduced? So if we take a look at the stages we have, we first see that silicon dioxide is heated with carbon to form silicon. This is reduction because oxygen is removed from silicon. Stage 2 is reaction with chlorine, and we see that silicon forms silicon chloride. So in this there is actually oxidation because the oxidation state of silicon increases from 0 to +4 in silicon chloride. Stage 3 is distillation. Distillation is a physical process, and since there is no change in the overall compound, there is no reduction or oxidation. Stage 4 says heating with hydrogen. Again we see that the silicon chloride is reduced to silicon metal, thus this is an example of reduction as well. So the correct answer for this will be option C, because only in stage 1 and stage 4 is the silicon reduced. Question 28. Which metal can be obtained from its oxide using hydrogen? So we have been given calcium, copper, magnesium and zinc. We need to find the metal which is less reactive than hydrogen, so that hydrogen can displace it from its oxide. Looking at the options we have, we see that only copper is the element which is lower in the reactivity series than hydrogen. All other elements, calcium, magnesium and zinc, are more reactive than hydrogen, so they cannot be obtained. So the correct answer for this is option B, copper. Question number 29. Which substance undergoes decomposition because of the high temperature in the blast furnace? So the blast furnace is used to make iron. Option A is coke. Coke is not decomposed because coke is actually used to make carbon monoxide. So there is no decomposition in coke. Option B is calcium carbonate. So calcium carbonate in the blast furnace decomposes due to high temperature to form calcium oxide, which reacts with the impurities in the blast furnace to form slag. Hence we see that calcium carbonate is the substance which is decomposed. So it is the correct answer. Option C and D are calcium silicate and slag. Both of these are actually the same, and we see that they are formed in the blast furnace and are not decomposed. So since they are products of reaction, they are not decomposed, they are only filtered off. So the correct answer for this is option B.